Well, we seems to be in a situation where we do not, where we seem to have hope and not hope at all. So please, don't let Luffy struggle against Cracker. I mean, Cracker may very well be one of the strongest members of the Big Mom Pirates, so it's obvious Luffy is gonna use his Gear 4th against him. And when he do, well, Luffy will lose. What am I saying? I mean, Gear 4th is Luffy's strongest form and will undoubtedly defeat a lot of strong people. But he's so vulnerable after it's done. And it took him 3 days just to recover, mind you. Then again, he did fight a very long time and then used it, so maybe his body was already exhausted before he even used it. Either way, finally One Piece is back with chapter 836. Also, for some strange reasons, we see Aokiji on an island. Yeah, that is very, very, very strange. Mostly because, again, Aokiji, what are your motives? And so, in the chapter, Nami finally figures out that from what she heard from Pudding, from what she hears from this man who is revealed to be called Pound, I guess that has something to do with his hands, and the fact that she remembers what Lola said to her, that her mama was a pirate, and she gave her the Vivre card, and saying that since she and Nami were now sworn sisters, this will help it out, and it will come in handy. But again, 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 again. Whoa, that's so awesome. Captain Monas is some big wig pirate. Some big wig pirate. Also, come on, people. That's a freaking understatement. Either way, since everything makes sense from what Nami can say, and she now realizes from this man what Pound's saying, that, yeah, he is the father. And so on the Randolph and the Suru, or whatever crane, appears. But one word from Cracker and, well, they fall down, and even the homies' plans wither away. Apparently that is not Haki, it's just fear. Yeah, you hear me. Cracker is apparently so powerful that all the homies are terrified of him. Again, Luffy cannot be allowed to struggle this much. I know, we are facing a Yonko crew member, but if Luffy struggled this much, then that just means he has 0 chance of defeating Kaido. What am I talking about Kaido? Well, because he is the real bigwig Yonko they are gonna face off. And then again, he maybe stands no chance against Big Mom too. And it also turns out that even the crane can talk, as Randolph also can. So yeah, the Zoro no Mi really can do some crazy things. And the reason why Cracker is here is because apparently Big Mom didn't think that Brûlé could handle Luffy. I mean, Big Mom is obviously underestimating Luffy, but at the same time, she is smart enough to realize that a man. This is also pretty reassuring. Don Flamingo was not a Yonko, and he didn't even have the highest bounty of them all, but maybe he had the highest of the previous Shibukais, well, until Law, of course, but the fact that Cracker says that Straw Luffy is the man who brought down Don Flamingo, that's just further hints that Don Flamingo was way more powerful than any of us could realize. Well, we saw him fight, so of course he was that powerful, but the fact that even a Jonko acknowledges Don Flamingo's power, that must mean that Luffy has reached a new set of power that should be able to fight even with this Jonko. That is why I don't want him to lose to Cracker. And Brûlé is walking around with a very big homie, a very big monster tree homie with a mustache to boot and devilish teeth. She's insulted at the fact that Cracker is saying that, and the fact that this tree is apparently the king of this forest, master of the forest of seduction forest, King Boom, a Baum, I guess. But Cracker is a no nonsense person. He's saying that we don't have time for your games, saying that this union is going to happen very soon. Apparently, it's gonna happen tomorrow afternoon, or he is at least implying that all the Windsmoke's family's brothers will be in attendance at the Whole Cake Chateau. So, I mean, I guess in a way that means that Luffy and Co. will have to be defeated and wait until tomorrow and then crash everything. And also Big Mom and Windsmoke Jaji, they are all after different things. Jaji wants to use Big Mom's resources in order to conquer North Blue, while Big Mom wants to use Jaji's resources and get the hands of their technology, research and science division. So yeah, they both want to use each other. The only question is, who is using who better? And will they even get what they both want? And so it turns out that Brûlé has captured Chopper in her mirror world, and she breaks it, but it does not kill them. I don't know really why she crushes the mirror, but I guess it must implying that maybe by crushing the mirror, it won't be as easy taking Chopper and Carrot out, but I hope they do. And so Cracker decides to kill Pound, but this is also something that's very strange. Again, people are always arguing just what kind of person is Big Mom. Will she become an ally? And now the fact that she is even wanting to throw away the husband she once had, and she doesn't even care if an accident happens to him. The fact that Pound himself is very shocked by this seems to hint that Big Mom once upon a time may have been happily married to him. In fact, the way Cracker says, "Perhaps you were my original, but you're not mine now." What the hell does that mean? Does that mean that Pound is the first and only real husband of Big Mom? The husband she truly loved? Because the way he says something like her previous 43 husbands are all just random group of outsiders with no blood relation whatsoever. So what does that mean also? Does that mean she married them, had sex with them, and then just threw them away like that? That makes no sense. Big Mom, you are freaking crazy. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if you just had sex with some people and then left them. But the fact that she's marrying them and calling them outsiders and then throwing them away, I mean, why? Just who the hell is Big Mom? She's so freaking crazy. And what is this meaning with the outsiders? Either way, Luffy decides to defend Pound because, well, Luffy may be many things, but he is also someone who is while sometimes Luffy may not say he's a guy of pity and compassion, he doesn't like when people attack people they have known for a very long time. So Pound and Nami decides to run away from here, and the homies decide to chase them. But when Nami takes out Big Mom's Vivre card, somehow it actually shines to all the homies, or at least only to the homies, because Brûlé reacts strangely to this. And according to Baum, they cannot approach the girl because they can sense Big Mom's powerful soul in that Vivre card. So what does that mean? Vivre cards are more than just anything else, or is it because this? Since the homies were created from Big Mom's power, is that meant to implying that since that is made of Big Mom's DNA or so, then a piece of her soul is in that paper? And since the homies are made of Big Mom's powers, they cannot oppose anyone who holds that paper because, well, it effectively means opposing Big Mom. Given to the fact that only the homies react to that, I think it means something like that. So, well, Straw Hats are quite in a pickle, but they have only one Triumph card now, and that is the Vivre card. And that is something no one ever knew. And Luffy, well, he is struggling against Cracker. Of course he is. Well, he has to struggle all the time. Turns out that Cracker has eaten some kind of devil fruit that makes him duplicate his arm, which apparently once he knocks on his hands, or maybe getting hit, his his arms splits into different. Not splits. It duplicates. His name is one of the Yonko Big Mom pirate. He's a Big Mom pirates and one of the Free Sweet commanders. His name is Thousand Arms Cracker with a bounty of 860 million berries. So yeah, this is the real deal. And the strange thing is, Nami is the one to tell them that they shouldn't fight and not hold back. But Luffy, he is not someone who he doesn't know the meaning of not going all out. Or is he saying that because he means that Cracker is just that powerful and he cannot hold back? Or is he meaning that he always fights serious? According to Luffy, Luffy always fights serious to win. It's just that his switch is different all the time. So this is basically this chapter, giving us a great amount of suspense, but at the same time, nothing really. So, and I do not like the fact that Luffy is struggling with Cracker. I've said that 3 times already, and I'm not gonna stop saying that. Because if Luffy is struggling here, how can they say now? The only Triumph card they have is the Vivre card. No homie can approach Nami as long as she possesses that one. But maybe Brûlé can. And then Nami can kick her ass so they can free Chopper and Carrot. Because even when she broke the mirror, they did not die. So, and given how Devil Fruit should work, shouldn't it mean that once Brûlé is knocked out, shouldn't that mean that they cannot approach the Straw Hats? I mean, did I say that? It probably should mean that the mirror should be cancelled. But a man that duplicates his arm from every hit, or from everything he hits, I guess that must mean he only gets stronger because one arm has one of his muscles' strength. If Luffy goes Gear 4th, then there's no doubt he will win. But if he goes Gear 4th, he has already lost too. Because he cannot afford to be that exhausted yet. So what will happen? Give me your thoughts if you have any.